You ready to get started? Let's go ahead and jump ahead to Snowmy number 6. And if you're following along with me in the instruction manual, I am on page 18. All right, it's another block, just like the first one I did, but this time we're gonna go through it a little bit quicker. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is cut my stabilizer. This is a light mesh cutaway stabilizer, and place it in my 5x7 hoop. Make sure it's nice and tight. Next, I'm going to take my background block and I want to add a little bit of Fusible backing to the back side of it. And this is going to work just fine because there is a lot of excess from the outside. So I'm just going to go ahead, place it just like that. That will be enough. And take it over to the ironing station and fuse it into place. All right, with block by block quilting, it tells me to choose KDQ 247 Winter 5 4x4 design. All right, we're to the point in the snowman where it's time to change out for the water-soluble bobbin thread. Now don't forget, this is a very special thread that we use only in the bobbin and only for the purpose of fringing. So let's go ahead and change it out. And now with the fringe stitched out, it's time to reverse and go back to our regular bobbin thread. just remember that you don't have to stitch out that last step according to the directions. Okay, we'll come over here and pop this out of the hoop. And I'm gonna just do a little trim here on some of my threads that are poking out. I think we're good. There we go. And remove the water-soluble topping. Perfect. Oh, it's looking so cute. All right, you know what's next. It's time to do the fun part, and that is pulling out the fringe. So again, what I'm gonna do is turn this over and take my water spray bottle and dissolve those bobbin threads underneath. There we go. Okay. With those threads dissolved, I can then take my stiletto and pull up on the fringe. And if it's a little tight, just pull a little bit harder or go to the back and add a little more water. There we go. Perfect. Look how cute that is. Look how adorable that fringe is on the ends of the scarf. It really takes it up a whole nother level, doesn't it? And I love the background quilting designs. Okay, at this point, it's time to square this block up. It tells us to do 4.5 by 4.5. We can do it one of two ways. We can use the orange pop ruler, which is nice and convenient, and you can see around all four edges, and it tells us to line it up along the bottom so that the end of the snowman, the bottom of the snowman, is caught in the seam. Or if you've done background quilting, you can also make sure and measure this. And if it's 4.5 by 4.5, you could just use those lines as your cut lines. And this one happens to be the case. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do it this way. Now I can't always count on this method. Sometimes the stitches will pull in the fabric a little bit more than what we want. So those outline stitches aren't necessarily absolutely correct at 4.5 inches. So you don't want to just count on that being the case. You always want to measure before you cut. And this one, we are good to go. So I've got another 4.5 inch block right here. And I can remove those basting threads, or I don't even have to because they will be caught in the seam. All right, so now all you have to do is put it together just like a 9 patch. And remember, the 1/4 inch seam allowance has already been built into it. So it gives us the perfect seam allowance without all the extra batting in it, which is really nice. All right, so that's as easy as it is. Again, we're just making a 9 patch, just like you see here. And how adorable is chilling with my Snowmies. So much fun. Of course, you won't need to add the pom-poms or the buttons until after you have completely put your quilt together. All right. And that's as easy as it is. In order to attach the back, all I did was added a second layer of batting, and then I just simply stitched in the ditch right here. So all along there, attach the back beautifully. I have a beautiful quilted front, and just bind as you wish according to how you love to bind. So anyway, that's it. Super easy, right? And so much fun, or should I say snow much fun? All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know if you have any questions. Please feel free to reach out to us at mygirlfriendsquiltshop.com. And if you would still like a kit, we have them available. Or if you'd like to order the CD, those are available as well. You can find Everything Mini Quilts by Kimberbell at mygirlfriendsquiltshop.com. See you soon.